All right, so today we're really going deep on Naruto.
Yeah,
We're
definitely.
going to be talking about why this series, why it's such a huge deal.
It's really interesting, right? It's had such a lasting impact. I mean, everyone knows Naruto.
Right. And for this deep dive, we've got some really insightful stuff from like real Naruto fans.
Yeah. These aren't just casual viewers, these are diehards.
Yeah, they're totally invested. And they're not just talking about like, oh, this fight scene was cool or whatever. It's like they get to like the core.
Deeper stuff.
Yeah, like the real meat of what makes this series so good.
Exactly. And the stuff that sticks with you, long after you finish the series, like why does this story resonate with so many people?
Right. And, a good place to start is,
Where do you even begin?
well, I mean, they talk a lot about Naruto himself.
Yeah, of course, he's the main character.
Like how he starts out, he's kind of this, like, they even call him a
Oh, yeah, what was it?
loudmouth knucklehead ninja, you know?
Totally. I mean, when you first meet him, he's kind of obnoxious. He's desperate for attention, always pulling pranks.
Yeah. He wants to be Hokush. Like, that's his big dream.
Yeah, from the very beginning, that's his goal. He wants to be the leader, the strongest ninja, the one everyone respects, but he's got a long way to go.
And everyone thinks he's a joke.
Nobody really believes in him, at least not at first.
But then, of course, like, we see him go from that
Yeah.
to actually achieving his goal.
He really goes through a transformation.
It's that whole, like, classic underdog thing, right?
Totally.
But these fans are saying it's, like, more than that.
Well, yeah, the underdog story always resonates, right?
Yeah.
We love rooting for the character who starts with nothing and then, against all odds, they achieve their dreams.
They overcome.
Exactly. But I think with Naruto, it's the way he grows along the way. It's not just about him becoming powerful, it's about him learning to control that power, learning to work with others, to be a leader, and ultimately earning the respect of the village that, at the beginning kind of rejected him.
It's like all those lessons along the way are, I think that's part of what makes it so relatable.
Right, exactly.
You're not just like watching some guy,
Power up, yeah.
become super powerful.
It's a journey.
Yeah, he has to go through all this stuff to get there.
He makes mistakes, he faces setbacks, he loses people he cares about. He has to learn from all of it.
And another thing they brought up, which I thought was really interesting, is how his rivalry with Sasuke, like that's a huge part of it too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's like the core relationship of the whole series.
Yeah, it's not just some like
Yeah.
side thing.
It drives so much of the plot, so much of the emotional weight of the story.
And it's so complex.
Yeah.
It is. Like they start off as, teammates.
Right. They're both kind of these outcasts in their own way. They find a bond, but then things get really complicated.
Well, especially when Sasuke gets,
Snatched away, yeah, by
It's-
Orochimaru.
like he goes to the dark side.
He does. He makes a choice driven by vengeance. He wants power, he wants revenge, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to get it.
Yeah, and that really sets the stage for like
Yeah.
everything that happens later on.
Absolutely. It's like this constant tension that runs through the whole series. You've got Naruto, who's trying to save his friend, bring him back from the darkness. And then you've got Sasuke, who's consumed by this need for revenge. And their paths just keep intertwining and clashing over and over again.
Yeah, there's those moments where they're fighting side by side and then they're like at each other's throats again.
Right.
It's just so,
It's really well done.
yeah. And of course, speaking of like those epic clashes,
Oh, yeah, we got to talk about the battles.
like they're bringing up some of the most iconic moments in the series.
I mean, there's so many to choose from.
They were talking about the Valley of the End.
That one's huge.
Huge.
So much emotion packed into that fight.
Like that's where it really comes to a head.
Yeah, it's that first major clash where you see just how far Sasuke has fallen and how desperate Naruto is to bring him back.
And it's not just like they're throwing punches. It's
Right.
like their ideologies are clashing.
It's symbolic. It represents their diverging paths, their different choices.
And then, I mean, they also mentioned Pain's attack on the Hidden Leaf Village.
Oh, man, that was insane.
They even said it was like one of the most insane moments in anime history.
That's not an understatement. Visually, it's incredible. You've
Yeah.
got this godlike figure destroying everything. The animation is just off the charts.
Yeah.
But it's also a turning point for Naruto. I mean, he loses so
Yeah.
much in that fight. He's completely broken emotionally and physically.
It's like he hits rock bottom.
Yeah, it's like everything he's been fighting for is just shattered. And he has to confront some really hard truths about loss and sacrifice and the burden of leadership. I think that's part of what makes it so impactful. It's not just an action sequence, it's a crucible for Naruto's character.
And those moments, those are what really tie into that theme that, the fans were really talking about the never giving up thing.
Yeah, the perseverance.
They said that Naruto's journey hit different because of that.
And it's so universal, right? It's something we can all relate to.
Everyone's faced a challenge.
Exactly. Everyone's felt like giving up at some point.
Hmm.
And seeing Naruto constantly picking himself up, pushing forward, even when everything seems impossible, it's inspiring. It's that reminder that you have the strength to keep going even when things are tough.
Yeah. You can get through it. And they also mentioned, I mean, even though this is a show about ninjas and chakra and all this crazy stuff,
Giant fox demons.
they did talk about the romance between Naruto and Hinata.
Yeah, that's a big part of it too.
How it's like satisfying and fitting.
It is. I mean, they eventually get married in the last Naruto the movie, and it just feels right.
Yeah, like it all leads up to that.
It's interesting though, right? Because shonen anime, it's not always known for its romance.
Yeah.
But I think in Naruto, it works because it feels earned. They build that relationship over time. It's not just thrown in there. It's subtle. It develops slowly. And then by the time they finally get together, it just makes sense.
You're like rooting for them.
Exactly. And it adds this whole other layer to the story, right? It shows that after all the battles and the struggles, Naruto finally finds peace and love. It completes his journey in a way that I think resonates with a lot of viewers.
Yeah, like it's not all about, fighting and winning.
Right.
There's this whole other side to it.
It's about connection. It's about finding your place in the world, finding the people who make you feel whole. And I think that's something a lot of people are searching for, whether they're ninjas or not.
So we've got this underdog story. We've got this like super complex rivalry. We've got epic battles.
The action's incredible.
We've got these themes of perseverance.
They really hit you in the feels.
And we've got this satisfying, romance arc. It's like,
it's a lot. It's packed.
no wonder it's been so popular.
Yeah. I mean, it's got something for everyone, but I think what's really interesting is why it resonates so deeply with so many people.
Like, what is it?
Yeah. Is it just the cool fights and the ninja powers?
Yeah.
Or is there something more? I think it speaks to some of our deepest desires.
Yeah.
The desire for connection, the desire to grow as individuals, and to overcome the challenges life throws our way, you know?
Yeah. I think that's a great point. It's something to think about, right?
Absolutely. I mean, as you're watching the series or even rewatching it, think about what speaks to you, what resonates with you, what makes Naruto's journey so powerful in your eyes.
Yeah. What makes it hit different for you?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, that about wraps up our deep dive on Naruto. Hope you all enjoyed it. See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.